guys, it's Rage. I know I've changed my setup again, but ignore that. So this happened quite a while ago, a few months ago. It was back in April, and I never thought to actually make a video about it because, well, I was kind of a bit too busy sorting the whole crash out. The last thing on my mind was to record a video about the fact that I was in a bloody car crash. But a lot of people have asked about it, and when I tell them I was in a crash and what happened to my old car, why I have a new car, they're like, you were in a crash? Because usually when something happens I put it on YouTube, and for some reason I didn't. But now I am, so here we are. So this isn't a clickbait. I actually did crash my car, and I no longer have my car because I can't have my car because it's crashed. So let me go through the story, sit back, relax and enjoy. So it was a Friday night. I was having a housewarming party in this house because I'd just moved in. It was around 7 PM and I was travelling from my house to the end of the village to go and pick up my friend Dave, and I was pretty excited because we were just gonna come back home and drink a load of alcohol and play video games. It was a very stressful time around that time, so it was nice to be able to just chill out, hang out. I was driving my Renault Clio, 2005 plate. It was a pretty decent car and I loved it. So I had no reason to want to crash it. So I pulled out of my drive, all safe and everything. I didn't have my music blaring, but I was still pretty excited because I was, you know, just about to get drunk, boys, you know what I mean? I was driving literally up the hill just by my house. As I was driving up the hill, I was only going about 35 miles an hour. It's a 40-mile-an-hour road. As I said, I was excited, so I was trying to get up the hill as fast as possible. And right at the top of the hill, there's a pretty sharp bend to the right while still climbing up the hill. On this bend, there is a house and some metal gates, and there's a few lampposts and a huge brick boulder. So as I was driving up the hill, I didn't think to slow down on the bend. I thought, no, it's fine. I've done this a million times. You know, when I'm late for work, I'll drive up this hill 40 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour. I'll just go and, yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, for some reason, this time wasn't. I was driving up the hill and I turned the corner. As I turned the corner, I still was at the 35-mile-an-hour speed limit that I was. As I turned, I don't know exactly what happened, but as I turned, the car went too much to the right and I lost control of the car. It felt as if the wheel wasn't controlling the wheels anymore. The wheels had a mind of their own. So as I went right, the car went right. It went so far right over the other side of the road, and I was like, shit, fuck, shit, fuck. I turned left slightly with the wheel and the car fucking went left, like completely to the left, and I was like, shit, what the fuck is wrong with my car? I'm losing control. At that point, I literally had no control over the car whatsoever. It was gonna do its own thing. I tried to make it go to the middle again. I went right a little bit and all of a sudden I was over the other side of the fucking road, and I had this Jeep coming straight towards me. I was on their side of the road. I was meters away from this other car. I was gonna end up in a head-on collision with this fucking car, and I was all that was going through my mind was, shit, I just want to go and drink some alcohol and now I'm gonna be in a fucking crash. I'm gonna kill people and it's gonna be my own fault. Ah! So at the last minute, just before I hit this other car, I turned again to the left. As I turned, I did as little amount of steering as freaking possible, yet for some reason it went all the way around to the left. So I am not joking, the car span to the left and it was a 90-degree skid, and I was heading straight for the pavement and the lamppost and the fence right next to this boulder rock. As I turned, the car sped and I was no longer facing up the road. I was now at a 90-degree angle. I slammed on those fucking brakes so hard, harder than your mama, and it did nothing. It hardly did anything. I bumped up the pavement, I smacked into the lamppost and bent the lamppost, and then I crashed into that neighbor's fence, pretty much. And I came to a stop and I sat there. I was like, holy fucking shit. I've just crashed my car. What the fuck? I sat there for a minute and I thought, have I actually genuinely had my first car crash? Because I was going under the speed limit up a fucking hill? A hill that I've driven around many times, yet now all of a sudden I've had my first crash. And I was sitting there and I was like, holy shit, what do I do? So I got out of the car and I had a look at the front bumper. It was on my side. The front bumper had completely detached from my car and the headlight had smashed and my wheel was completely flat. I must have hit the pavement with such force, it completely burst my tire. I was just looking at it and I just didn't know what to do. I was like, shit, I am not going to be able to pick up David. That was all that was going through my mind. Not, oh, I'm out of a car now, I'm not going to be able to get to work. Not, oh, I'm not going to be able to go to the gaming convention in a few, days' time. It was, I'm not going to be able to get David. What the hell? So I picked up my phone and I rang the first person I could think of, which was my sister, because I knew if I rang my mum, she would just go absolutely ballistic. And my sister and my mum and all my family members were here and they were drinking. And I thought, well, fick. No one's going to be able to come and get me, even though it's just a 5-minute walk, because they're all going to be drunk and they're not going to be able to come up the hill. So I decided to ring my sister and I said, I'm not going to lie to you now, don't panic, but I've actually just crashed my car. She goes, what? I've just crashed my car in the hill. She's like, where? Where are you? I was like, literally just up the road, like just past the pub, just over, yeah. So, alright, don't worry, stay there. Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. I had a bit of whiplash, but that was pretty much it. And sister's fiance came up, walked up the hill, got me, and he was like, right, you need to call the police because your car is like in the middle of the road right now and I need to get it, it needs to be moved. So I was like, well, shit, I'm gonna have to call 999. First time I've ever called 999. So I was shaking my ass off trying to like punch this number in, and the operator answered the phone, was like, hi, do you need police, ambulance or fire service? I was like, just crashed my car, I don't know what to do. So she's like, so you need the police then, or the ambulance? I was like, the police? Right, okay, send the police. So then it directed to the local police station and I explained what happened. I crashed my car, it's in the middle of the road, it's an obstruction, it needs to be moved. So the police came about 25 minutes later and so did Dave. He ran all the way from the end of the village to where I was, which is about 1.5 miles. And he's just sat there with me and I was like, shit, David, I've just fucking crashed my car. It's done, it's dead. What? Everything was going through my mind because I was going to Rapture Gaming Festival, which was going to be, and was, the kickoff of my Twitch career. And I wasn't going to be able to go because I fucking drove up a pavement? What? So the policemen were actually really, really nice, but they said, you need to go and inform the neighbour that you've crashed over their fence. And I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So we went there. And he was like, do you want me to come with you? And I was like, yes, yes, please. Policeman went, knocked on the door. This lady is really, really sorry, but she's crashed into your fence. And he looked at me. I was like, fucking way, just put me in it, man. Jesus. So the lady was like, that's fine. Are you okay, darling? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Her husband came out. Didn't actually seem to care about me, just more the fact that I've bashed his fence down. But they were totally fine with it. We swapped details and it was all good. But I then had to get breathalyzed because, well, in case I was drinking or whatever, but I hadn't had a slither of alcohol, thank God. I wouldn't drink and drive anyway, but chances of that happening. And I was fine, I passed. So what happened next was they phoned the recovery van, which took me from literally over there, which is really, really close. I know you can't see it, but it's really close to my house, which is like a 30-second drive, if that. 150 quid. 150 quid I had to pay on the spot to get my car recovered when it could have literally had rolled down the hill. So stupid. So not only that, but because I bashed into the lamppost, it was bent. The council then had to come out and evaluate how much it would cost, and we're talking in the thousands. So yeah, my insurance company definitely hate me now. But thankfully, I was able to clear my name in retrospect of it was my fault. I wasn't speeding because my insurance company recorded my speed because I have a box in my car. I wasn't drinking because I had a breathalyzer and I was fine. I wasn't under the influence of drugs because again, the breathalyzer was fine. And I wasn't blaring music, which you have to take my word for that. I wasn't, because I didn't have my phone plugged in. And the fourth thing, was that fifth thing? Speeding, breathalyzer, drugs, music. And the fifth thing, the one thing that people seem to wanted to have blamed me for, which I have no way of being able to prove, is that I was on my phone while driving, which I, hand on heart, swear on my mum's grave, was not doing. I didn't need to. Dave knew I was coming and I was in a hurry. I was going, you know, I didn't want to be on my phone. And a lot of people have really been insulting, saying I deserve to crash my car, saying I was on my phone, I should have got hurt for it so I'd learn a lesson, etc, etc. Really mean things when they literally had no idea whether what they were saying was true or not, regarding whether I was on my phone. But yeah, it was a real freak accident. But what we found after the crash was that my handling on my car was actually off beforehand. So I guess the moral of the story is don't rush when you're driving and just take your time, especially if you've only been driving for a year. I wasn't even driving for a year at that point. Us young people get really stereotyped for being dangerous drivers, and I'm not one of those people. I'm a safe driver. So many accidents happen every single day with car crashes, and I was so lucky that it was just whiplash that I had and no one else was involved. But if I hadn't sped to the left, I probably would have either seriously injured myself, but not only myself, someone else as well. But yeah, moral of the story, be safe while you're driving. There we go, that's my story. That is the car crash, kaput, done. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. I'm an irregular uploader, but what I do upload is very good content, so make sure you click the bell button to know when I do upload, because I don't have a schedule. But yeah, I hope you guys have a really good day, and I'll catch you all in my next video. Bye!